Step aside for Carlo Jimenez, Michael Duca, Darren Chan. See you in a moment. Adam Oslin will step in the driver's seat. Clippers win big here in Golden State and sweep their back-to-back. They'll be back in action Wednesday against Portland. Post-game show coming up next on your Clippers Audio Network.
Now that's how you handle your first back-to-back of the season. The Clippers sweep it. They win it in Denver yesterday, and they just won 112-104 up north against the Golden State Warriors. Welcome into your Clippers post-game show. I'm Adam Oslin. Coming up, we got second half highlights in your post-game box score, but first, we're heading back out to Carlo Jimenez from Chase Center, where the Clippers they're leaving 2 games, 2 wins, 1 loss so far. Carlo, Clipper Nation cannot contain themselves right now. They are proud of this ball club, as they should be, with the Clippers with another gritty, gutty effort and some fine defensive plays down the stretch leading to offense.
It was just such an impressive win because of the way this team got the win, Adam. They do it with the defensive side of the basketball. You get 21 points off the 21 turnovers for Golden State. Dominate once again points in the paints, plus 20 for the Clippers in this one. And then you get 21 second chance points. The second chance points, the points off turnovers, those are hustle stats. Those are stats that show how hard you're putting in effort. And after playing at a mile high yesterday, you'd think this team would be winded early in the season, but they were ready down the stretch. How about the effort by Chris Dunn, late Adam, Norman Powell, a block, and then a long 2 to put the Clippers up by 5 after it was a 1-point game. Just such a gritty win once again. And I think one thing we can be sure of about this team through 3 games is they fight all 48. It was impressive stuff from the Clippers, who are a couple plays away from being 3-0 with wins over the Clippers or over the Warriors and the Nuggets right now on the board, and should be the Phoenix Suns.
The Clippers are 2-1 on this young season, thanks to Big Zoo becoming the first Clipper with consecutive games of at least 20 points and 15 boards since DeAndre Jordan did it back in 2015. Ivica Zubac is thriving, being featured now as a focal point on offense. He finished with 23, 17, 6 assists out there as well, 2 steals and a block. This is what many of us, the Zoo Truthers, knew he was capable of. He's doing it right now, Carlo.
It really was. It really was a fantastic performance from Zubac. Another out of back-to-back games, he plays 38 plus minutes. Didn't look tired at all. 23 and 17. He's going to get some well-deserved rest for this Clipper team that has just been playing through him. I mean, in all honesty, this offense is playing through Ivica Zubac a lot of times, especially with James Harden off the floor. His ability to clean things up, to get downhill, to attack in the paint, and take advantage of those smaller matchups. It's been fun to watch. For me, Ivica Zubac has to be the early season favorite for most improved player, Adam, with the way he has shined after last year. Now, he was excellent last year for the Clippers, 11 points, 9 rebounds. Was averaging 20 and 15 through 3 games for this Clipper team. And coming up, you got a Portland squad that has some good big men, but you feel like after DeAndre Ayton, Ivica Zubac has an opportunity to eat once again.
I agree with you. He should be the front runner for that award right now. It's way too early in the season, of course, but it's 3 games in, and Ivica Zubac looks great. But I almost feel like this is just about a guy taking advantage of an opportunity, and this has been in him for some time. And now he's really being a part of this Clippers offense, and guys are looking for him early and often and late. And I still can't believe the move he made for the throwdown to put him up by 5 late in this ball game, where Ivica Zubac was showing off the handle there. Maybe he's learning something else from James Harden.
I mean, put the moves on Big Zoo, get downhill, a little sidestep, and then a 2-handed hammer. Ivica Zubac looks like the most comfortable Adam I think he's looked all season long. And I would agree with you, like the most improved player probably wouldn't be because he's improved the skill set, but the opportunities are just greater right now for him. And he's doing what we believed he could do, what you believed you started the march that he could do with more time. Once again, he plays all but 6 minutes. All but 4 minutes, 10 minutes. There we go. Math is hard. Second out of back-to-back. Please don't come for me. All but 10 minutes in this game. And every second he was on the floor was a positive for the Clippers in a big way. It is so fun to root for this team because the way they play basketball and because Ivica Zubac is out there doing his thing.
Carlo, I think what I'm most proud of tonight is not that just the fact the Clippers are coming off a big emotional victory in Denver yesterday, but absorbing multiple runs by the Golden State Warriors. In the second quarter, they made a big run. End of the third quarter, before it was answered by Norman Powell. It was a 1-point game with about 3 minutes left. After the Clippers looked like they were falling apart with 3:47 left, Andrew Wiggins hits a 3-pointer. It's 101-100. And as you said, they never relinquished the lead, and they showed poise under noise on the road on this trip.
Yeah, really, once again, putting the Band-Aid on after getting exposed a little bit against Phoenix, where you give up the lead. This time you get pushed to the brink, backs on the ropes. Didn't matter. This team fought back. They got a right hook in, and they were able to create some space, and that's all they needed. Adam, they took the lead in the second, and they never gave it up. They never gave it up. The last Warrior lead was 31-30 in the first quarter, and the Clippers held on the entire contest. So fun to see that team not relinquish a second all game long. They were fighting to the end, and they came away with a victory. I thought there was a lot of bright spots off the bench. Nico Batum gets on the board with a 3. Amir Coffey gave you 8 points in 20 minutes. Of course, Harden, 7 rebounds, 11 assists, 23 points. He's once again near averaging a triple-double to start the season. The Clippers got it done. They got it done on the road in a hostile environment on the second night of a back-to-back. And I don't know what more you can say than this team is battle-tested, and this team is passing some of their biggest tests early in the year.
Really like what we're seeing with that backup unit next to Big Zoo to start fourth quarters. Coach Lewis tapped into something there. That crew has done damage the last couple of ball games against stiff competition. They've been really good out there. I believe it was Chris Dunn, Amir Coffey, Nico Batum, Ivica Zubac. Those guys were absolutely And you could see it. They could feel it.
Yeah.
They were working together as a tandem. That chemistry is being built up by a bunch of backups and then Ivica Zubac. Chris Dunn, by the way, just phenomenal in this ballgame.
Chris Dunn was the spark off the bench, Adam, the Clippers were looking for, and they needed all game long. This was a Clipper team that came in with eyes on the prize. I mean, you get one of two, you already think you're playing with house money, but it didn't look that way. It looked like they lost yesterday with the way they came and fought. And it was because Chris Dunn played with that chip on his shoulder that he does every single night for this Clipper team. Looking at the final box score here, Dunn coming away with 4 steals in this ball game, 4 of the 11 for the Clippers. Derrick Jones Jr. gets 2, and you heard it from Derrick postgame. It's a team effort on the defensive end. It is a team effort, and those two guys are a big part of it.
I missed out giving KPJ some love there. He was in that 5-man unit that started the fourth quarter, and he also, I believe, had his best game so far as a Clipper. Still just 2 of 7, but got that right elbow jumper to go. Got a 3-pointer to go in this one as he banked it in, I believe. In his 17 minutes, though, he had a couple of steals. He had 3 assists. He was playing within himself a little bit more. And this Clippers crew right now is 2-1 without Kawhi Leonard. They return home to Intuit Dome on Wednesday, conquering heroes after sweeping the back-to-back in Denver, in Golden State. The Clippers win this one 112-104 over the Warriors. Carlo Jimenez, we will see you back at the Dome. The Dome is home for a Wednesday contest. Clippers hosting the Portland Trail Blazers. Tip time at 7:30, pregame at 6:30. Great call as always. Safe travels, my friend.
Safe travels, Adam. We got 5 in a row together. Get ready. Homestand coming up.
Here
Let's do it.
we go. Second half highlights coming up next. Clippers up. They win this one 112-104 up north against the Golden State Warriors. They pull through late once again. Clipper Nation, I know you're on cloud 9. This team might not need an airplane to fly back. They got airplane mode and Derrick Jones Jr. instead. More Clippers postgame next right here on the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. Clippers win 112-104 in San Francisco over the Golden State Warriors. They improved to 3-1 on this young season. How about Ivica Zubac? Can't say enough about the big man. 3rd straight 20-point game. Another game where he's got 15 plus rebounds, had 17 in this one, 6 offensive rebounds. You know, I've been singing his praises for years. You know, I've been pulling my hair out talking about how they should be playing through Ivica Zubac more. It's finally happening. The work he has put in has met the opportunity. Big Zoo is here, guys. If you know me, I'm quite a big fan of him. Ivica Zubac, once again, big down the stretch in this ball game. Let's get through some of the second half highlights here as the Clippers, after surviving a run by the Golden State Warriors to end that second quarter, they still led 59-54, but they led by as many as 11 in the first half. In the third, another Golden State Warriors run after the Clippers got up by 9, but it was Norman Powell who pushed back at the end of the third.
Harden left wing, dribbling with the right hand, directing traffic with the left, staring at Norman Powell, bouncing to Norman Powell, lefty layup up and in. Norman Powell for 2. Finds Zoo at the free throw line. Norm, left angle triple. Oh yeah, Norman Powell, all chords. The Norman Powell attacks, stops, steps back to the free throw line. Righty floater moving to his left, trickles in. Norman Powell, the bucket. He's in double figures. Clippers out and running. Norm with a right-handed handle, runs into Pajemski, floats and finishes. Backdoor for Norman Powell, the righty floater, make it 6 straight for Norm. And backdoor for Norman Powell, the righty floater, make it 6 straight for Norm. And Harden inbounds to Norm. It's going to be his show with 4. Right wing with 2. A 3 is up and in. Norman Powell from outside.
There it was, Norman Powell. So nice we had to play it twice for you. Norman Powell had a 3 straight floaters, and the Clippers, after giving up some of the lead, they would lead heading into the fourth, 86-79, as Stormin' Norman Powell had a 9-0 run to end that third quarter. And then once again, things got dicey. The Clippers were giving away the basketball. Derrick Jones Jr. was bringing it up instead of James Harden, trying to play him more off ball. But the Clippers made the big plays, even when it was a 1-point game with just under 4 minutes left in that fourth quarter.
Dunn straight away with 3, dancing with 2, right-handed handle, floats it up and finishes. Chris Dunn, do it yourself. Here's Zubac underneath, finds Norm, left corner 3, string music, Norman Powell from the coffin corner, and the Clippers from the cliff's edge, down 1 to up 5. Double team to Zoo in the paint, two-handed hammer, Big Zoo with the in-and-out cross. And the elevation sensation. Dunn's got it. Across the timeline he comes. Finds Zubac. Step through and jams. Plus some contact. Big Zoo with some emphasis after the fact.
That would seal it. That would put the Clippers up 111-104. They would win 112-104 over the Golden State Warriors. They've won 2 in a row. They're 2-1 on this young season. They sweep the road trip, winning in Denver yesterday and up north versus the Golden State Warriors. And now they have 2 days off. More in your final box score next, right here on the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. Clippers win 112 to 104 up north against the Golden State Warriors. Your final box score. Clippers end up shooting 47% from the floor. Golden State just 43%. They cooled off from three after starting 6 of 14. They ended up 14 of 43. The Clippers 10 of 32. Some clutch triples. Once again, Clippers out rebounding their opponent. In this one, 48 to 47. It was close. Offensive rebounds were even at 14 apiece. Big Zoo had 6 of them for the Clippers, on his way to dropping 23, 18, and 6 assists. We had him at 17 on a different box score. We got him at 18 on this one. How about points in the paint? Clippers with 58, Golden State Warriors with 38. How about second chance points? Clippers went 8 for 12 with 21 points on their second chance points. That's phenomenal. Fast break points, Golden State beat them there 16 to 12. Clippers 18 turnovers, still not great, leading to 20 points for Golden State. Golden State, though, with 21, leading to 21 points for your Los Angeles Clippers, who got 4 starters in double figures. Derrick Jones Jr. with 18 points, 7 of 10 from the floor, 3 of 4 from the outside. He had 12 points, I believe, in the first quarter. He started 5 of 5 from the field, really got them clicked in, and they were tied at 34 because the Clippers, offensively, they had to hang with Golden State early on when they hit 6 3-pointers in the first 12 minutes. A lot of that was due to Derrick Jones Jr. stepping up. James Harden, 23 points, 11 assists, doing what he does, getting everybody involved. Just 2 of 12 from the outside, and it doesn't matter. Norman Powell, the end of the third quarter, may have saved this game for the Clippers. Those 9 points straight he had for them. Ended up with 20 points, 8 of 15 shooting. This Clippers team getting contributions everywhere. I thought it was Kevin Porter Jr.'s best game. He was a plus 16 out there, made some defensive plays, had a steal, 2 of 7 from the floor, no dunks, a jumper, and banked in a 3-pointer. Chris Dunn, plus 20. Best on the team. I love seeing him closing games right now. He has earned that. He ended up with just 6 points, but even though he missed a couple of 3-pointers, the rip on Steph, the and one, I know he missed the free throw, but he was getting in passing lanes over and over again. Same with Amir Coffey. He went 3 of 5, had 8 points, knocked down the only 3-pointer he took. Nico Batum with 5 points was a plus 13. The bench was fantastic for the Clippers. Clippers win 112 to 104 up north against the Golden State Warriors. They head back home after 2 days off. They'll be at Intuit Dome on Wednesday, taking on the Portland Trail Blazers. Tip time at 7:30. Pregame show starting at 6:30 outside of Los Angeles. We are leaving you until then, but coming up, we got Clippers Talk, 866-987-2570, 866-987-2570 if you want to get on. Outside of Los Angeles, leaving you until Wednesday in LA and on Clippers Talk on YouTube. We got more coming up next. Your Clippers head home after a 2-game sweep in their first back-to-back of the season. They win yesterday in Denver. They don't get complacent. They win today up north over the Golden State Warriors, 112-104. And the Clippers start off this season 2-1, and it feels like they very easily could be 3-0. Welcome into Clippers Talk. I'm Adam Oslin, taking you till a little after the top of next hour. We'll get to your phone calls at 866-987-2570. 866-987-2570 is the phone number. This Clippers team, this defense is special. They held another team to 104 points, same as yesterday. Yesterday, it was 109-104, Clippers over Denver. Today, 112-104, Clippers over Golden State. They do it with defense and a feistiness and a grittiness that we haven't seen in some time. The whole is greater than the sum of its parts, but some of these individual performances are special too. I've talked about Big Zoo as a Rorschach test for if you know ball for a long time. The Zoo haters never understood, could never see the potential of this player and what he could do if you just gave him more opportunities. It's finally happening. I've been talking about Big Zoo for years, saying there is an easier path to victory for this Clippers team, and it is playing through Big Zoo. Well, with Paul George now in Philly, with Kawhi Leonard out right now, Big Zoo is taking advantage of his big spotlight that is on him. Third straight game with 20 or more. First time in his career. Why? Because he's getting the minutes. 37 minutes after playing 39 yesterday. And he gets 23, 18 boards, and 6 assists. If you didn't know, Big Zoo's like that. If you give him the opportunity. If you let him cook. If you play through him on offense. I said 3 years ago, he looks like a long-lost Gasol brother at times with the way he can use his right hand, his left hand. It's about damn time his offense is being exploited, and they're using him to punish the opposition. I get it. They had 4 Hall of Famers last year. How many opportunities was he going to get? But now with James Harden and he running the pick and roll to perfection, this is Zoo's time. And he's playing like an all-star through 3 games. That's how good he has looked. There are people on Twitter saying, oh, you want a cookie? It's about time he's doing this. The same people who have hated on him say he doesn't have hands, or they're hands of stone like Kwame Brown or something. All he needed was the minutes and the opportunity, and he'll take care of the rest. I have been saying this on record for years. In fact, I'm busy retweeting myself. I just put one up from 2021 where it was the Christopher Walken sketch, Fear the Reaper, where he's asking for more cowbell. What was I asking for in March of 2021? More Zubac. I'm not surprised. To quote Nate Diaz, I left one part out. I'm not surprised by this. You may be. You may have not understood just how good Ivica Zubac could be. You may have been holding on to the fact that he was dropping passes his first year with the Clippers because he had broken hands and you didn't give him a break. And so therefore, anytime he dropped a pass, you say, well, typical Big Zoo. Zoo haters were always wrong. And now they're facing an Ivica Zubac that is fully operational.
I gotta have more cowbell.
I gotta have more Big Zoo. I got to. This is what I have wanted. He's been an elite defender. He's been a top 5 rim protector every year with the Clippers. Check the numbers. He's been Mr. Consistent in that area. But what about his offense? What about getting easy buckets for a team that has always struggled in that area? The guy was hiding in plain sight, the biggest guy on the team. It's like the picture of Shaq behind the tree trying to hide. How did they not see it? I don't understand. But I'm happy he's finally touching the basketball, getting it in the low post, getting it in his spots where now he can make quick decisions, go up with the right hand, the left hand, have a huge throwdown, a damn in and out yo-yo type of dribble past the defender late in this one for a two-handed rim rocker. Are you kidding me? Open up the bag, Big Zoo. It ain't Christmas yet, but it feels like it came early for Clipper Nation with Ivica Zubac. We're unwrapping a gift early. Some people do that Christmas Eve. Ivica Zubac is here for this. He was made for this. He's ready for this. He's 27. He just got his contract extension. He's with us the next 4 seasons, Clipper Nation. You're getting his prime years. This is what we've been waiting for. Can he deliver? Yes, he always could. They just didn't give him a shot. Credit him for staying ready so you don't have to get ready. It's happening right before your eyes. And late in this ball game, Zoo put it away with that and one. Another dunk. Ridiculous. This Clippers team, early in the fourth quarter, after Norman Powell and his heroics in the third, where the Clippers were up by 10, the Golden State Warriors cut into the lead just like they did in the second quarter, but the Clippers responded 3 different times. Golden State made their big push 3 different times. In epic fashion, the Clippers pushed back, and they answered all those runs by the Golden State Warriors. End of the third quarter, it was Norman Powell. Norman Powell comes in, hits a three-pointer. It's 71-67. After the Clippers led early in the quarter by 7, they had increased their lead. They looked like they might be able to put this one away early. Golden State made their run. Norman Powell comes in, three-pointer. Steph Curry answers. Derrick Jones Jr. knocked down a 3 to answer that. Then 3 straight runners, floaters from Norman Powell. Just awesome. Scored the last 9 points of the quarter for the Clippers, including a three-pointer with a second left. When have we seen that before? Oh, yeah. End of shot clock norm. We saw it all last season. That's nothing new either. Norm stepping up when you need him to. That's nothing new. I mean, Law and I disagreed on this. I said over-under. 29.5, I think I put it at, for Ivica Zubac this season. Right now, he's way over where he needs to be. I've been begging for 30-plus minutes for Ivica Zubac. Look at what he's doing. Between him, Norman Powell, as Chris G says on the YouTube live side, loving the Dunn off the bench thing. Seems like this is working. Dunn's energy is infectious. It's just another wave of defenders coming at you. It never stops with this Clippers team. They got guys coming from all angles. That steal on Curry and layup. I know he missed the free throw on the and one, but Dunn let out a scream. The passion he plays with. Then he had another steal. The deflection he had in the third quarter when they were trying to find Steph Curry, just getting into the passing lane. A big board over Kevon Looney. Then he got a floater to go in the fourth. How about this crew? Zoo, KPJ, Dunn, Batum, and Amir Coffey. Those guys have started the last couple of fourth quarters, and they have extended the lead, guys. Awesome to see. I thought it was KPJ's best game, played within himself more. Had that great feed to Chris Dunn for the layup to put the Clippers up by 10 in the fourth quarter. Curry left at the 7:55 mark. Something was going on with his ankle. We saw even before that. He was working on it on the sideline. Clippers win 112-104 over the Golden State Warriors. Tejas and Walnut, you're back on Clippers Talk. How we doing, Tejas?
Good, Adam. I haven't talked to you since last season. I tried calling in on opening night. I was into it, but I was too busy admiring, and I called you too late. So here I am. Just watching the game today is just, I don't know. I'm kind of proud of the guys. They're just, they're leaving it all on the floor. They're playing for each other, and I just love seeing Zoo because I've been just like you. I've been advocating for more Zoo touches. You check your your Costanza wallet, you'll see that receipt in there, right, Adam?
I got a Costanza wallet full of receipts right now about Ivica Zubac and all the haters that are going to pay. It's coming.
I know, Adam. And you know what I was thinking was like before when we had obviously a 2-1-3 era didn't, succeed. We didn't get a championship. But if you look at it now with this current roster, I feel like Harden with this roster he will make the Clippers succeed a lot more than Paul George would. And it's not a shot at Paul George. I just think with this team and utilizing Zubac the way that Harden does, this team goes really far. I mean, obviously, Paul George was good on the defensive end, but the way that we got all the defensive players with Derek Jones and Dunn, Harden's just better suited for this team. And I just like where we're going. I know Terrence Mann's struggling, but we thought that if Terrence Mann struggles, we were gonna have difficulty winning games. But luckily, Derek Jones's three's been falling. Chris Dunn's been playing really well, and that's what you need until Kawhi comes back. And when he comes back, and if the players are playing this well, we're going to be hard to beat.
I agree with you, Tejas. We'll take a quick timeout. I love the way this team looks so far early in the season. I love the pivot after they lost Paul George. I told you that Sunday when free agency opened up and they brought in Derek Jones Jr., I said, here we go. They're leaning into defense. Then Chris Dunn comes in, Nico Batum, Jeff Van Gundy, hashtag JVG for MVP. Clippers win 112-104 over the Golden State Warriors. More of your phone calls, and Chuck Mockler will join me coming up next, right here on Clippers Talk on AM 570 LA Sports. Clippers go back-to-back victories. In Denver yesterday, up north taking on the Golden State Warriors today. They win 112 to 104. Welcome back into Clippers Talk here on AM 570 LA Sports. Or if you're watching on the YouTube side, I'm Adam Moslin coming up. Back to your phone calls at 866-987-2570, 866-987-2570. But first, join the show would be Big Chuck Mockler from Clips and Dip. You heard the music. Chuck is here. And Chuck, I don't know if I got your phone punched up or I'm on speakerphone or what, because I could see you here on this side. As long as it sounds good, it's all good, brother. This Clippers team right now is a go. How about that victory? What are you most proud of with this team so far?
Oh, I mean, if we're just talking that victory specifically, how can we not all be so proud of Big Zoo? Did you see him? He looked like a quarterback out there moving the defense with his eyes on that one roll. I mean, first time since DeAndre Jordan that we've had a Clippers center who had 20, 10, and a couple assists or something like that, 2 games in a row. No, the Big Zoo bandwagon is open. A lot of people weren't into it before, no pun intended, but it's here and it's absolutely spectacular. He closed the game up for the Clippers tonight.
Ivica Zubac deserves this. I think he's always had it in him. He just has never been featured. He's never got the touches. He's never got the real opportunity. It's finally happening, and he's taking advantage of it. I know some people are talking about Terrence Mann. I might have to pull video from early in this game because I thought Terrence Mann played some of the best defense on Steph Curry. And if I got to pull the video later, I will, because people are saying he's running around doing cardio. And I'm like, guys, I could name 3 different possessions right now where he played stellar defense on Steph Curry, who never got it going. Obviously left the game late, unfortunately. Hope he's okay. But people are talking about Terrence Mann being taken out of the starting lineup 3 games in.
It's the 3rd game. We are this many games in. And for a team that doesn't, we're playing very well right now, right? We love the scrappiness. Good things are happening. Let Terrence Mann get into his groove. Let Terrence Mann get into his groove. There's other things to worry about than Terrence Mann right now. I don't mean that crazy ominously, but let Terrence figure it out. If Ty Lue wants to make a change, he'll make a change. It's not like we're playing with a coach. Maybe it'll be in 10 games if it continues to be bad, as people have said. But it's the 3rd game. We just got to let them figure it out. And there's so many things to be excited about right now that are going well for the Clippers.
Yeah, it's just people wanting to, I don't know, have Terrence Mann catch a stray for no reason when they've been good so far and could easily be 3-0. Look, I said this offseason, I wouldn't be shocked if Chris Dunn ended up being the starting 2 guard, because it feels to me like what happened in Houston when James Harden was playing next to Patrick Beverley. Chris Dunn is that type of guy. Proved it once again tonight. He was awesome.
Chris Dunn's fantastic. I mentioned this on the Clippers pod Twitter, but like, he's a plug and play guy. And when you're a team like the Clippers who have new additions, you have some young guys, you have a whole new system for guys to learn. Chris Dunn has stepped in, played phenomenally in the role he's supposed to be, and given us chunky stat lines, which is exactly what we've needed. He's all over the place defensively. He's a connector offensively. The point of attack defense is wonderful from Chris Dunn. And Van Gundy having a guy like Chris Dunn on his roster is a huge pain in the ass for the rest of the league.
Chris Dunn was great. James Harden was good. And I felt like this team was really good when it came to absorbing adversity and then firing back. 3 different times, the Golden State Warriors made big runs, and you knew they were coming. Just like the run after the Clippers were up 18 against Denver yesterday. And this Clippers team was able to show poise. And that's kind of rare for a new group with some new guys out there, but they do have some vets. I'm not talking about KPJ, who someone has been calling a vet in my chat for a while now. Like, is he a veteran? He's 24. He hasn't played in a season.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I don't know about that one, Chief. But this team is showing a lot of stability when they need to have it and a lot of poise under noise.
Yeah, and this is a team that the way it's constructed right now, right, they're going to look really energetic in the beginning of the game, and they're going to kind of get leaned on, which we saw the Warriors lean on them a little bit in that 4th. There was a rough couple of possessions. Ty Lue called a timeout. But the way that they bounced back, I think it was Chris Dunn saved the ball out of bounds to get it to Derrick Jones Jr., and then Derrick Jones kind of led the break. there's just these little spark plays that really help this team, like you said, have poise under noise and stuff like that. So it's the way they're answering battles that we haven't, and maybe it's just because I was exhausted from, the last season of the 2-1-3 experiment. This team cares a lot about their defensive reputation, not just about the whole thing. They care a lot about their defensive reputation. When you have a lot of guys who aren't marquee guys and they all care about the same thing, that's how you get a very annoying team to try and run an offense against.
There's this commitment to defense, and I think it stems from hashtag JVG for MVP. Guys don't want to let Jeff Van Gundy down right now. That's what it feels like. There's something to playing for an OG that everybody watched on TV, knew from Team USA, but a lot of these guys, they don't have any connection to him really being a head coach or an assistant coach in this league. They know his reputation. They know what he brings with his fire. Coach Lou, while he does have some fire sometimes, he doesn't have it in the consistent way like the old school from JVG. Yeah, I just love what he's brought already. And everybody loved him all, coming into this season, we knew it would be impactful. I don't know if we knew it would be this impactful this fast with these new defensive principles.
It's the right away thing that gets me too, honestly, because I thought there was going to be some growing pains for this. And we saw it in the preseason, but preseason basketball, you never, like you mentioned, the Clippers' offensive rating was sandwiched in between, I think it was the Blazers and the Pistons in the preseason. But all of the pillars that they talked about, the stocks, the hustle, all that stuff, it's there and it's been there from the beginning. And JVG will call you out. JVG is not a coach. Like, I don't think they want to get yelled at by him. And I think that's great motivation. Like, this is a team that wants to play for their coaches and for each other. And when you're a scrappy team, that's a great combination for Clippers fans. And the personnel is it's gelled very quickly. And I think part of that is due to Harden's leadership and all the great stuff we saw him do in the offseason.
Yeah, James Harden's leadership has been big for this team. They start the season 2-1. They win 112-104 tonight over the Golden State Warriors. He's Chuck Mockler from Clips and Dip fame. Chuck, I think we got an episode coming up tomorrow night.
We absolutely do. I will be on Mountain Time, but I will be there.
I'll see you there, my friend. Thanks for coming on Clippers Talk for some Clips and Double Dip tonight here. Appreciate it.
As always, let's go Clips.
Quick time out here on Clippers Talk. We'll come right back. We'll get back to your phone calls. 866-987-2570 is the phone number here on AM 570 LA Sports. Clippers win 112 to 104 over the Golden State Warriors. Welcome back into Clippers Talk. I'm Adam Moslin, whether you're listening on AM 570 LA Sports or you got us on the YouTube live side here at Clippers Talk. Either way, we got to pause 10 seconds for station identification here on AM 570 LA Sports.
This is LA Clippers basketball. AM 570 KLAC Los Angeles, 98.7 KYSR HD2 Los Angeles, and iHeart radio station.
Demetrius in Manhattan Beach. Thanks for holding, Demetrius.
Adam, how you doing? Long time no hear, man.
It has been too long, my friend.
You sound much better than you did last year when you had that little cough, but you're over it now, I assume.
If I wasn't over it by then, I might not even be here. You know, I mean,
I think you will. You're a tough cookie. But thanks for taking the call, Adam. I listened to the previous callers and everything. You know, I've been talking to a couple of guys on the staff, so I'm in tune with the staff and the whole nine. Know a few players on the team, and coming into the season when they made the transition to bring in Chris Dunn and the Chris Dunn and the other wing that they brought in from Dallas, the gentleman from Dallas. I was just explaining to everybody that this will be one of the top defensive teams in the league. I think that everybody had, jumped off the bandwagon talking about they won't be a play-in, calling for people heads to be cut off and people to be removed. And people don't understand that this Clipper team here now, moving into their new dome, is really playing with a serious chip on their shoulder, especially with VG Van Gundy. He brings that 1980 but high-octane defense with this type of crew that he have. And I agree with you, Adam. Zubac just haven't gotten the shot that he deserved. Everybody has been down on him. He's always been elite.
I haven't been down on him. Everybody, it's a faction of fans that are, I'm going to say it, they can have some casual moments by just assuming that, Ivica Zubac had broken hands his first year with the Clippers. He wasn't able to catch basketballs, so therefore he has bad hands. It's never been the case. Like, there's no actual data that proves this, or else he'd have like 5 turnovers a game.
And that's correct. I think that kudos to the team and Ty Lue to really give him a shot. I think, and I know it was situational basketball, but I'm just very hopeful and thankful now that they see that this guy is really elite. And I think that he's putting the league on notice. I think the league is starting to figure out that this guy is for real. Elite on defense, elite on offense, in a transitional setting, wherever you put him at. And so we're excited to have him. And now they get the chance to see. I truly believe with anchoring this defense, that, again, I said they're going to be in the top 3. And I think once Kawhi Leonard come back, which he will be back soon, you'll be surprised, that they'll shave 6 more points off of that 104. I expect them to keep opponents right at 98, between 98 and 102 a game. They're going to be stifling on defense. And like you said, your previous callers, yes, it's early. Yes, nobody know what to expect of this Clipper team, but now everybody from ESPN to all the way around on Fox, everybody paying attention to this team. They're seeing this is not a fluke team, and they seeing that this team is coming to play every single night with a serious chip on their shoulder. And you better show up facing this Clipper team, because when they get Kawhi back, there's going to be a lot of embarrassment. Seriously. And I've been telling people this all the time. They've been playing real tough and rough. And, in the fourth quarter, they've been leaning on Powell and certain other situational players. But when they get that, when they get their guy back that can do it all, look out. This team is as good as any team in the NBA. And I know it's early. We have to be healthy. There's some things have to go our way. But I tell you what, they can't do nothing but get better, and that's scary for the rest of the league.
Great phone call. Demetrius, it's good to have you back here on Clippers Talk. I love what you said about how they get Kawhi back and this team can be scary. The issue is we don't know when that could happen. It's still concerning that he's out indefinitely. Now, is this team more than getting by right now? with just 2 very good victories in their first back-to-back of the season. Oh, yeah. Now they need to handle business against the Blazers on Wednesday back at Intuit Dome. More on that. We'll get to your phone calls also. 866-987-2570. 866-987-2570 is the phone number here on Clippers Talk on AM 570 LA Sports. Clippers went up north over the Golden State Warriors. They withstood 3 different runs, 3 different pushes. They pushed back, and they pushed this thing across the finish line. They head back to Intuit Dome victorious on their first back-to-back, winning in Denver yesterday, up north in San Francisco, 112-104 over the Warriors today. I'm Adam Oslin. Welcome back into Clippers Talk. Final segment. Maybe we'll do some Clippers Talk after dark a little bit later on the YouTube side at Clippers Talk. But let's hear from Pam in Temple City. Pam, what's up? You're on Clippers Talk.
Adam, awesome. It's nice to hear your voice. It's nice to have you back, you and Zach and the whole group. I couldn't call last week because I had dental work and you wouldn't have been able to understand me. But you were mentioning about Zoo, and I totally have been in agreement with you. But it's all God's timing. We have him now, and he's shining, and it's a wonderful thing. And also what you were mentioning about, some of the time tonight being a little dicey. And I almost think that was a good thing because, if they have an easy win, they don't learn as much as they do when they unfortunately lose or when they have these dicey times. So, the fact that they had these dicey times tonight and got through them and came out with a victory, I just think that says even more. And I'm just really excited. And I just hope it keeps going the way it's going. And I really appreciate you listening to me. Thank you.
Pam, I appreciate the phone call here on Clippers Talk, 866-987-2570. In the chat right now, some are saying Lawrence Frank redemption so far. Lawrence Frank didn't need any redemption, guys, because what? He brought in guys that ended up having an insane amount of injuries that nobody could have foreseen. I told you all summer, I said, let Lawrence Frank cook. If you follow me at Follow Adam A on X, I was putting up some poorly photoshopped pictures of, like, I don't know, Wolfgang Puck or somebody, over a fire cooking up this amazing meal with Lawrence Frank's face superimposed. Lawrence Frank knows what he's doing. There were restrictions and superstars who wanted Russell Westbrook in that really didn't fit his plan. And sometimes you have to cater to those guys. Every team has done it. Lawrence Frank is on top of things. I told you that Sunday when free agency opened, they're building a defensive team. And now you see it. Now you see it out there. Somebody else in the chat said there's a rumor floating around that the Clippers could get Jordan Clarkson for PJ Tucker. That is cap, as the kids say. Why on earth would Utah give away Jordan Clarkson for PJ Tucker? That is nonsense. I think they can do better than that, guys. I know Tucker has an expiring contract, but they can get something that they could use this season for Jordan Clarkson, who's one of the best instant offense guys out there. Kevin Sohn said Harden is the perfect catalyst for Zubac's development. Embiid got MVP next to James Harden. Joel Embiid. This is true. Others are worried about Wednesday. Yawning Tears said, I think Portland is a trap game. Yeah, that's a concern. Can't look past them because they take on the Phoenix Suns the very next day at Intuit Dome. Another back-to-back. 2 days off, back-to-back. 2 days off, back-to-back. That's how we start off this season pretty much. Mio said, if Kawhi comes back, does Zoo still get the same touches? Kawhi holds the ball just as much as Harden does and isn't anywhere near the creator. You know, he's not near the creator, but I think he's an underrated passer. In fact, one of the first game playing next to Ivica Zubac against the Lakers back in 2019, opening night of the NBA season, he had a great feed and connection with Ivica Zubac immediately. Kawhi Leonard. I'm not worried about, like, we can't bring back Kawhi because that could slow the development of Ivica Zubac. If you can get Kawhi back, guys, he never makes a team worse. He has, if not the highest win percentage in NBA history in the regular season, it might be second. Come on. What are we talking about? My worry with Kawhi is not him and what he can do on the court. It's just getting him back on the court. This Clippers team, though, getting by, though, right now without him. Very impressively. Proud of this group. Clippers win 112-104. They're 2-1. They head back home. They're taking on Portland Wednesday night at Intuit Dome. Tip time at 7:30. Pregame at 6:30. Before we get out of here, I do want to thank the Clippers organization. Ralph Lawler, Brian Seaman, Noah Eagle, Carlo Jimenez on the call in this one. Big brother Jake Warner, our head engineer, and producer Katie Newton back here in the bank, pulling all the highlights, making this whole thing run. If you want more, yeah, I'll do some Clippers Talk after dark at Clippers Talk on YouTube. For those who just listen on the radio side, talk to you Wednesday at 6:30.